everyone. The greatest goblin that ever lived is here to welcome you to a comic book review for the first week of August 2012. I apologize for being a bit late here, but you know, some things can happen, and I can get a little busy from time to time. So I apologize if I seem like I'm running really late here. Don't have very many books to cover here, but I'm going to start with DC and end with Marvel. Okay, I'm going to start with DC. We're going to start with Detective Comics number 12, Nuclear Nightmare. Look, with all due respect to Mr. Tony Daniel here, I was kind of underwhelmed by this. This to me was not worth $4. I'm sorry. As the continuation or the conclusion of this whole Mr. Toxic storyline, I wasn't really that wild with it. It was just, it was okay. I noticed a lot of little things, like Alfred was calling Bruce Batman. I don't ever recall him calling Bruce Batman. He's always been Master Bruce or Sir. And I just couldn't help but notice that. And it's just the science of convenient science saves the day in here. What do I mean by that is you gotta read this book to understand what I get, to understand where I'm coming from here. It's just that Bruce is trying to figure out a way to save Mr. Toxic, the guy who he really is, and he, uses chemicals that just so happen to work for him, and he's like, Mr. Toxic looks at him and says, "What did you do?" And he said, "I saved your life." And the teaser for the next book, Detective Comics issue 0, we're gonna get another retelling of the origin of Batman. Oh my God, the origin of Batman and the origin of Spider-Man are probably the top 2 origins in comic books that have been retold to fucking death. Maybe DC's wanting to retell it because of this new 52 shit. I don't know, but why do we need to be reminded of how Bruce became Batman? I mean, seriously, who hasn't been told this? Who doesn't know the origin of Batman? For Christ's sake. I mean, the only thing you can do with it is give it a bunch of little plot twists that weren't originally there but are there now. I just don't get it. But this is another one of those 2-story splits, and the second story was a hell of a lot better than the first story with Mr. Toxic. Why? Because it involves a certain someone who's coming back in the next issue of Batman. I can't wait. It was good. I mean, it was a short story, but it was really good, and it didn't have Batman in it. It had the Gotham City PD and the teaser of a certain rogue coming back in the next issue of Batman. But even though that story was short, but it was good, this still did not feel like it was worth $4. DC, you slipped a little bit with this one. That's just my opinion. Now, are you finally going to let me talk now, you son of a... Okay, I'll be good. Jesus. Will you give me a damn minute? I'm just about ready to switch it over to you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you see this? You know who's coming. You're up. Hey, everybody. The true greatest goblin that ever lived is here with another take on an Earth 2 title. Now, once I get done with this, I'm going to try my best to find a way to start running this show myself. And keep telling yourself that. What the hell? Oh! Okay, I'll be good. How the hell did you do that? Call it a gift. A gift, huh? Whoever gave you that gift, I wish you would share. Alright, I'll be good. You still got control. I'll be good. I'm here to talk about Earth 2, number 4. From the ashes of a dying world, Hawk Girl. Okay, Hawk Girl. I kind of find it a little weird that Hawk Girl
is the focus on the cover, yet on the interior, she's not the character that gets introduced. We're still dealing with introductions in this series. And in this series, minor spoiler, we get introduced to the Atom. And I'm like, fuck yes, I always liked the Atom. He's one of those underrated heroes that a lot of mainstream nerds out there thought couldn't hang with the big guys. But I think he can. In here, it's the same stuff from James Robinson, Nicholas Scott, and Trevor Scott. They're all doing a fantastic job with this. Is this perfect? Oh, hell no, it ain't perfect. Anybody thinks it's perfect, I ought to smack you. Come on. I'll be good. Him and his whole mind control shit. Okay? Whatever. Okay, you're controlling the show. Okay. But here we get finally what I was waiting on from issue 3. A one-on-one fight between Green Lantern and Solomon Grundy. And the fight was just about as good as I thought it was going to be. Very well done. Kind of a little short, but very, very well done. Grundy knew exactly who he was going to fight, and I liked that aspect. And, you know, it's like there's really nothing else much more to say about this. I mean, we're still dealing with some introductions in here. The dialogue was great. The storytelling was good. The action was good. And what comedy we did get in here, it was very well delivered. This is still a good gem from James Robinson. Not everything he's done is perfect. Then again, neither was Grant Morrison or Brian Michael Bendis. So there's a lot of overrated writers out there. But for what we got, this was some good shit, you know? Some very good shit from the New 52. So there you go. My 2 cents on Earth 2 number 4. You know, one of these days I'm going to figure out how to control this show. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going. Jeez, okay. You can have your show back. You know, each and every time I got to put up with this guy, he has to learn the hard way that this is my show, not his. Fuck you! Very charming, too. Alright, so you saw what he said. There you go. Moving along. Justice League International number 12. We're nearing the end. This is... was it number 12 or number 13 was supposed to be the final... I think this is the final issue of Justice League International. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Dan Jurgens tries to write the series out on a high note. But I still can't help but feel gypped by this. This is how you end the series, DC. You can suck it, okay? A funeral for Rocket Red. This was no funeral. The JLI state that they weren't able to go to the funeral, but they can visit his gravesite and pay respects. Okay, and they when they go to I'm gonna spoil the hell out of this book. I don't care, because I can't help but because I personally feel gypped. They go to Rocket Red's grave. They want to pay their respects, and they run across Lightweaver's brother, who's vengeful because they killed Lightweaver. They shouldn't have killed him and all that shit. And they beat him down, then they talk him down and say, hey, look, if it wasn't for your brother, we wouldn't even be in this graveyard honoring our late friend Rocket Red, you know, and everything. And it's just... It just felt so anticlimactic. And by the end of the book, it just seemed like the JLI completely forgot why they were there. Honor your fallen friend. Then they talk about, well, what are we supposed to do now? Are we going to get a new headquarters? And, who's going to stay and who's going to go? I'm like, hello, did you forget about somebody? Huh? What? Oh, God. I mean, this should have been a more emotionally impactful way to go, and it just felt like, okay, Rocket Red's dead. Sorry to see you go, man. But now let's focus on the future. I mean, just right off the bat, I mean, they're not even, it's like, oh, Jurgens, I know you tried. I really know you tried, but man, this funeral that the GLI, that they have for Rocket Red, this way of paying respects, it felt really rushed, and you're immediately wanting to focus on the future of a series that's being canceled. I don't get it. And now apparently we're gonna have to wait 4 weeks for the annual to see where this is going. And honestly, I'm thinking to myself, what's the fucking point? Because why focus on the future when you're not selling this shit anymore, DC? I'm just praying that the JLI have guest appearances in other people's books that I read. Otherwise, I'm not even going to waste my fucking time or my money on this. As a finale to Justice League International, I feel really gypped. Moving on to Red Lanterns number 12. This was actually the first book I read out of my stack this week. And this was good. This was really good. Not much to say. It was a very basic, who's more full of rage, me or you, or, oh, it's me, boom, you're dead. It's just one of those kinds of stories. And that's pretty much it, but I really enjoyed it. Spoiler here, they saved the red power battery. Spoiler, they save it. So thankfully this series might be going on, because I'm a real big fan of the Red Lanterns. And that's just pretty much it. I really don't know what else to say about that. I mean, there was the scene with Bleeze and Fatality on the homeworld of Star Sapphire. That was a really good scene, really good dialogue. I really enjoyed it. Don't really know what to think about the last page with the whole blood feeding the life forms underground and shit. I really don't know what to think about that right now, but this was really good. It's pretty much all I can say. Yeah, if you're on board with Red Lanterns and if you're liking it so far, then stick with it, because it's still doing really, really good. Okay, World's Finest number 4, Huntress and Power Girl. Okay, I'm just going to jump right to it. We get a wink and a nod to this. And that was my favorite part of the book. Okay, all joking aside, this is the conclusion to Helena and Kara dealing with this dude, Haku, everything. Still loving George Perez's artwork. Still loving it. Very, very nice. This series is still moving along at the same pace it's always been moving on since issue 1. It's not perfect, but then again, it's not awful. And that's pretty much all I can say about this. Levitz is doing a great job with the writing. I'm a really big fan of both Huntress and Power Girl. Still, at the same time, there's still a part of me that feels really insulted about them just simply writing off Helena Bertinelli. That's like, oh, she's dead. And we still got, Helena Wayne. Really, I am really looking forward to the 0 issue of this series to see further backstory development on how these two came to be where they are now. Because, all throughout the first 4 issues here, we've been sort of getting like glimpses of how they came to be where they are now. And hopefully in the 0 issue, we get a full-fledged backstory as to how they got where they are now. And I'm thinking it'll be good. This is a really good series. I think this is a very underrated series from the New 52. It's better than a lot of the shit I've been reading out of comics here lately. But then again, I have seen worse. This is okay. This is really good. I'd say if you are a fan of Huntress and Power Girl, and if you're willing to accept Power Girl's new costume, because we don't have the boob window anymore, then I'd say stick with it. This is really good. I mean, I'm one of those fans that I don't care. I really don't care that the boob window is gone. I don't care. I mean, do I miss it? Of course. It was one of the things that was very distinguishable on Power Girl's character. But at the same time, it was her biggest target of ridicule. So, do I miss it? Yeah, because it was funny. But I don't care that it's not there anymore. For all you fans out there who bitch about the boob window being gone, get over it. This is still really good character development. Love George Perez's artwork. You get a wink and a nod to the boob window, so there you go. I think everybody should be satisfied with this. I've rambled on enough. Let's move on to Marvel. Okay, we're going to start off with AVX, Avengers vs. X-Men, Round 9. Y'all be prepared to be shocked. I loved this issue. This was great. Why? Because we got Jason Aaron on the writing, we got Mr. Kubert on the artwork. Win-win. Wow, this was good. Jason Aaron was able to take a storyline that Matt Fraction crippled and was able to restore it to where I'm loving it again. That right there should show you how good Jason Aaron is as a writer. And the cover, I think, is well represented. I mean, is it a literal translation? No. Spider-Man is not the last Avenger standing. No, the Avengers don't get killed. I mean, everybody should know that. But it's who Spider-Man's going up against and how he manages to pull through is what really sells this book. Oh man, this was good. We get dialogue from characters that we did not expect to see, but at the same time, we kind of have to expect it because remember, the Phoenix power does corrupt. And we get some really good dialogue in here from Spider-Man, both from his serious side and both from his humorous side. And to be honest, I really personally loved this. You know, we get to see Spider-Man quipping and doing his jokes when he knows that at any time, with just a mere thought, the two members of the Phoenix Five that he fights in here could easily kill him without even breaking a sweat. And he keeps on fighting and he keeps on quipping, and I love that. That is fantastic writing there. And at the end, Peter's like, they're out. I think I'm going to collapse into a pile of goo now, and I just loved it. This was great. And even though we get two more members of the Phoenix Five down, that's a double-edged sword, because remember, when a member goes down, what happens? Yeah, shit hits the fan. So, yeah, it really says something about a writer when they manage to write a portion of the story, a portion of a story that when they manage to put their penmanship in a story that another writer has fractured. Get it? Yeah, this was very, very well done. I really, really enjoyed it. I think Jason Aaron has saved me from dropping this. This was really good. Very impressed. And we're going to end it with the pick of the week. The pick of the week goes to X Factor 241. This is part 1, or day 1, of the story Breaking Points. Oh, boy, this is good. Mr. David, salute you, man. Do not ever leave this series, please. This was so good. This was so good. I loved it. I don't want to hardly spoil a damn thing. All I'm going to say is the dialogue between certain characters was just perfect for me. I love the further focus on the plot twist involving Guido being soulless in here. There's a moment in here where you're reminded the hard way that Guido has no soul, and it's just I can't say anything. I really can't say anything more. This was I was expecting goodness already, because we're starting a new storyline that's going to, be a mini series here all on its own without being tied into AVX or anything. And man, this was a killer beginning to this story. Awesome, with a cliffhanger / conclusion to part 1 that I'm going, oh no, really? Ooh, I gotta read the next issue. It gave me that kind of a feeling. Peter David, I salute you till the end of time for all the good you've done with X Factor. This was awesome. Do yourselves a favor. Now is the time to jump on board to X Factor if you haven't done it yet. Now is the time. This was incredible. But that's just my opinion. Alright. That's all I got for this week, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Go to my second channel, Blugoblin X. I just posted my 3rd official tribute to Mary Jane. Hope y'all like it. And give me some feedback. That's one thing I've been missing. The views are good, but I want some more feedback from my videos. Not just on this channel, but on Blugoblin X as well. Follow me on Twitter and on Tumblr. Now on Tumblr, I'm now taking questions. You go to my Tumblr page, click on the button that says "Ask the Greatest Goblin That Ever Lived a Question." Send me a question, and if I got time, I'll answer it. So there you go. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Until next time, I'll see you later.